Hi, my name is JC Gray, and I am responding to the open position for the Human Resource Business Manager with Roche Diagnostics. I'm going to attempt to answer these questions to the best of my ability. Number one, how do you translate business strategy into action? First, I believe you need a well-defined strategy, a strategy that addresses a company's or business unit's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. If you don't have a well-defined strategy, then nothing else really matters, and trying to execute it is not going to work. Second, once your strategy is well-defined, how do you get it done? How do you execute it? First thing I think that's important is good operational planning. How do we use our personnel, equipment, technology efficiently? Secondly, well-defined roles and objectives that are measurable. Nothing is more frustrating to an employee than not knowing what their goals are, not knowing what their objectives are, not knowing how they're being measured. I feel that most employees will succeed if they know what to do, how to do it, and when it needs to be accomplished. Monitoring performance is also very important. A good program in place to monitor performance is key. And finally, an effective system in place for solving operational problems. Good managers that will stop and deal with a problem quickly and nip it in the bud. Second question, what has been your biggest impact to business? I feel my biggest impact to the business is reduced turnover. When I started in my business unit, turnover was very, very high, 20%. And I decided that I was going to change that. I wanted to change that. And I did that by redefining career paths for people. I thought it was very important that people had a path, a way forward, that they know that if they accomplish certain things, that they could grow within the company. And the second thing I thought was important in reducing turnover was being consistent across the board with several offices. I managed several offices, and I found there was a lot of inconsistencies with promotions and salaries. And I think a key to reducing turnover is being consistent with your policies across the board. Number three, what is the toughest feedback that you've had to give and that has been given to you? The toughest feedback I've ever had to give was about 3 years ago, right after the recession hit. I was given a directive to lay off a number of my staff. So 2 weeks before Christmas, I had to lay off about 15 people. That was very, very difficult feedback to give, especially to people who have performed well, who have been great employees. It was a tough day for me. It was the toughest thing I have ever had to do, and I hope I never have to do it again. And kind of in conjunction with that, the toughest feedback that I've ever been given is the same time frame. Senior management was told that we needed to look at our staff and reduce our staff. So I came up with a couple of people that I was willing to get rid of. I put that out there, and I was told that that wasn't good enough. That feedback was very, very difficult for me, because then I knew I had to go deeper into my staff, and I knew that was going to affect the rest of my staff. And I had a really hard time dealing with that feedback, but I knew that I had to compose myself and come up with the best decision for my office and my offices, and decide on who I would eliminate, and whose positions would impact our business the least. It was tough. It was a tough time, but it taught me a lot about management. It taught me a lot about sometimes what you think is right or what you want to do is not necessarily what's best for the company. And sometimes you have to separate those two. And I learned a lot from that experience. And finally, number 4, why do I want to work at Roche? I want to be a part of a company that is committed to sustainability. I want to be a part of a company that treats their employees with the same respect and admiration that they treat their clients. I want to be a part of finding the best of the best employees and then being able to establish a framework where those employees flourish in their environment and those same employees never want to leave. I believe Roche is that company, and I believe I can be part of that success. Thanks for your time today, and I hope we can discuss opportunities for this position very soon. Thank you.